Lorne is stupid.
Huh?
Casey's trying to make sure he can see you.
In a few minutes, our next potential predator will probably be thinking he too should have stayed away.
Okay, his name is Lorne, L-O-R, and you're Kayla. Condoms, pizza, bracelet, and ham.
Hey, I'm glad you could come. Hey, I'm glad you
Pizza,
could come. Hey, I'm glad you could come.
Pizza, bracelet, ham. Bracelet, ham.
Delete your archives and remember.
Hey, I'm glad you
Delete
could
your
come.
archives and remember.
Hey, I'm glad you
Delete
could
your
come.
archives and remember. I love you more than anything. I was like Kayla. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I was like Kayla.
bracelet, ham. Pizza, bracelet, bracelet, ham.
I was like
Pizza, bracelet,
I was like
pizza, bracelet,
I was like
pizza, bracelet.
But he clearly knows what he's doing is wrong. Tell her to delete all evidence of their chapter.
Feeling better?
Hi.
Lorne?
Can you hear me?
Not really.
Can you hear me?
Yeah?
Why did you not answer any of my fucking calls?
Lorne, I just wanted to have fun with my friends.
With the doctor.
Lorne, the doctor is just one of several people who are here.
Well, here, the motherfucker is still fucking there?
Yes.
Son of a fucking bitch. Jesus fucking Christ. You gotta be fucking kidding me. That whole fucking time, all my calls got fucking ignored from you because the doctor was there. It's fucking cute. And it's fucking great. You ignore my calls because of that fucking piece of shit.
Lorne, I just wanted to have fun with my friends.
Listen to me. You ignored my calls because of that piece of shit.
I just wanted to have fun with my friends.
Don't fucking tell me that. And you're speaking very fucking low, which means you don't want the doctor to hear you.
That's not true, Lorne.
You don't fucking want me. You want the fucking doctor.
Lorne, what are you talking about? Hello?
I want you to get that fucking doctor right next to you. And I want you to tell him, right here with me, that you want me, and you don't want him.
Lorne, calm down.
Don't fucking do that.
Lorne, calm down.
Look what you're fucking doing. You're sacrificing you and me because of that piece of shit. Do you want to lose me?
No.
Because you're fucking on the verge. I am tired of that motherfucker. You don't fucking understand that or what? We fucking tell that cocksucker for too fucking long, and I'm fucking tired of it. You're gonna lose me because of him.
Lorne, calm
Do you want him or do you want me?
You.
Tell me. I want you to fucking tell me right now. Do you want him or do you want me?
You.
Then get his fucking ass in here, in that same room as you, right now, and fucking get him right there with you. And I want you right there and him right there, and I want you to stay that.
Lorne, I don't want any confrontation. I will...
I don't... I don't give a fuck, because you're not caring about my feelings.
Lorne, I would tell him.
You're gonna, I know, you're gonna fucking do it right now.
Lorne,
I want this motherfucker out of our lives, right now. I'm not fucking waiting, I'm tired of it.
Lorne.
I fucking stressed too fucking much and I'm fucking hurt. All fucking day I've been hurt because of that cocksucker. And I'm fucking tired of it.
Lorne.
Get him in there now.
Lorne, calm down.
No, Ramona, I'm fucking tired of it.
Lorne, I don't want to make a big
I
scene.
fucking cried to Tony and Wendy tonight because of that fucking cocksucker. Get that motherfucker in there now.
What did you cry to Tony?
Now.
Lorne, what did you cry to Tony and Wendy about?
That fucking piece of shit that you have in your house. I don't want him out of your fucking house. I want him in that fucking room right now. I want you to tell him.
Lorne, please calm down. I don't want to make a scene.
No.
I don't want to make a scene in front of my friends.
You better find a fucking way to tell him tomorrow. That's as far as it's fucking going. If you don't fucking tell him tomorrow, then I'm fucking leaving because I'm not dealing with that fucking bullshit.
Lorne, calm down.
Anymore, I'm fucking so fucking stressed out. You're not caring about the way I'm feeling.
Lorne, I do care.
And you better start.
Lorne, I do care.
You don't because that mother... You haven't told that fucking no. Jesus fucking Christ.
Wait, what did I tell him?
You have not told him no at all. I can't even fucking talk. My voice so fucking sore.
Lorne, calm down.
You haven't told that son of a bitch no on anything. Anything. The fucking gifts he's giving you. Yeah, you fucking let it come to this. I'm a fucking can't even fucking talk. Plug your ears, I'm gonna fucking spit. Yeah, you don't matter. I can fucking talk anyway.
The call over. Hello. How's everybody doing? I am back for another stream. And today we are going to make some art out of Lorne quotes. I got some picked out that I want to do, and I'm willing to take some from the chat, but just for now, I'm just going to be playing some calls, wait for some people to come in, do some Ramona calls.
Hey. Okay, so what's going on?
Just right now, I was on his house.
House?
Yeah, Ralph Richards. And I'm moving down here.
Say about that, like, are you still going to be paying him rent? What is going on with you, first of all? Like, are you getting unemployment? What's going on?
And more than likely I will. I'm going to win because Laurel's trying to explain for things he couldn't explain. It's like the guy, the PTO wasn't engaged when he had to haul back to a shop. And then when he was asking me questions, he asked me if I, the first time asked me what I thought was, I think something's wrong with his heart. I said, yeah, the time too, which Lowell didn't tell him. I had to explain
The guy said it took us a week, 2 weeks. It only takes 3 to...
Perfect timing then, eh? And one of those weirdos. So there's AI where if you type in something, it'll make a picture out of it. So I typed in one of those weirdos. This is one of those weirdos. That'd be a good profile picture. But the point of the stream is I'm going to type in more Lorne quotes. So this one makes funny ones. Not a prince, but a duke. not a prince, but a duke.
No. I should know this week.
Thursday and Friday left in the week.
Yeah.
Lorne, you keep cutting out. Why are you cutting out?
What?
Hello? Lorne, you keep cutting out.
Inside here in the...
What isn't doing so great?
The house doesn't come in so great.
Lorne, then maybe you're going to have to call me back another time, because, you keep cutting out.
Okay.
Say again?
Inside now.
Okay, that's better.
Outside I've got better signal, but for some reason it's not coming in so good.
So what was with all those messages you sent me? And I think that you might have been drunk at one point.
No, I haven't been drunk at all. I understood you not calling me because they called you before 8, and I was like, I was hoping she'd call me at that time on Saturday morning, but I was so freaking upset. It was,
You couldn't talk to your mama. You could, Lorne, but it's not about what you needed. It was about the fact that you were asked not to call me. You were asked not to message me or call me after 10, and you violated that repeatedly. I asked you this on the 3rd, and you violated it that week that I asked you. And you violated it every week since I've asked you that.
I don't know, because yesterday it picked me off and you wouldn't call me, didn't call me, didn't answer your phone. Monday, I was like, fine, I can understand that because it's Saturday. Yesterday, so I was like, maybe she just fucking decided just to drop me.
I said 1 or 2 days, depending on the severity. And I said, and if you get really out of hand, it'll be 3 days. The reason why I did 2 days is because I did the first day because you violated it. I did the second day because I was like, oh my God, it the day after I told him not to do it. I told you not to do it the day before you called me. Morning. I had just told you not, or the day that you called me at 7 in the morning. I had just reiterated that you're not to call or text me, and you violated it like a couple hours later. And it's like, I don't know what I have to do to get respect from you so that you don't. I really don't.
That's the man that I don't respect you. I do.
More, but you don't.
What you're saying?
Your actions tell a different story than your words. Because how can you respect me when okay, well then don't say that you respect me because I asked you not to do something and you've done it repeatedly in a short period of time.
Sorry that I did it. Sorry that I went down all day or two.
No, it has nothing to do with Dale.
No, that's why I told you. I needed somebody.
But that's not a good enough reason.
That knew about stuff.
Did Dale kill your mom? Did Dale kill your mom? Because that would have been a good reason. Okay, to me that would have been a good reason. We'll talk about that in a minute. But what I'm saying to you,
I needed somebody to talk to right then. After I went down and told Dale.
Lorne,
That's why I called you.
I'm boggling to me. First of all, things that you are
I'm doing things that you and my therapist and my counselor are all telling me to do. I don't have somebody there 24 hours a day, but I can talk to when I need to.
Lorne, and I am not here 24 hours a day for your therapy needs. I'm not going to be here 24 hours a day for your therapy needs. There is no reason for you to call me at 7 o'clock.
Hey, my dad, 27 years, left us.
And you just randomly told him, and then you called me at 7?
Well, I've been sleep that good all night because I've been thinking about it, and Allie told me that I should talk to him, and decided to do it right then when I knew he was home. Anybody else to call?
Call somebody who's not going to pick up, because I'll tell you this. I am not going to pick up my phone after those hours. What would happen would be I'm looking for a text message that says Mom's dead. That is an excuse that I accept. Something like that. If you message me something like that, then yeah, I'll call you right back as soon as I get that message. You going and you telling people about what.
All right, so for the people coming in, there's this AI where you go and you can type in whatever you want, and it'll make a picture out of it. So we're gonna make Lorne quotes out of this, and if you want a profile picture, I can do profile pictures. That's how I got mine. It's pretty badass. It's all original stuff too because it's AI generated, so it's all original.
Happened with Richard. Yeah. Call me in the morning like that because you had abused me.
That's what's fucked me up at every angle.
Lorne, out there, I know people out there, thousands of people out there who are.
I never got infected. Keep accepting it. Other one that knows.
Lorne, I am not.
I'm sorry. It's hard to fucking deal with shit.
Lorne, I mean, I just don't know why. Like, okay, it makes it harder to deal with, but you make it harder on yourself, and I'm going to tell you why. Because had you. But I mean, I don't know like how many different ways I can say do not message me outside of those hours. It's never going to benefit you ever. Where I said, that you could ask them, but there's no way that there's no way.
Yeah, I don't know what went on with that call. Sorry about that. What we're going to do now is I have some set aside that I want to do. So we're going to do this one like this.
Yeah, but I have a burner phone, so I can't. Yeah, but I have a burner phone, so I can't.
I have a burn phone, so I can't.
There is no reason for you to call me at 7 o'clock.
Hey,
my dad,
what's up, everybody?
Left us.
And you just randomly told him, and then you called me at 7?
Well, I've been sleep that good all night because I've been thinking about it, and Allie told me that I should talk to him, and decided to do it right then when I knew he was home. If anybody else to call.
Call somebody who's not going to pick up, because I'll tell you this. I am not going to pick up my phone after those hours. What would happen would be I'm looking for a text message that says mom's dead. That is an excuse that I accept. Something like that. If you message me something like that, then yeah, I'll call you right back as soon as I get that message. You going and you telling people about what happened with Richard, call me in the morning like that. Because you have abused me.
That's what's fucking me up at every angle.
Lorne, out there, I know people out there, thousands of people out there who are.
I never got infected. Keep accepting it.
Are you crying?
Yeah.
Are you crying?
Yeah. Talk to him, and decided to do it right then when I knew he was home. If anybody else to call.
Call somebody who's not going to pick up, because I'll tell you this. I am not going to pick up my phone after those hours. What would happen would be I'm looking for a text message that says mom's dead. That is an excuse.
Hey, CNJ Dev. How's it going, man? Haven't seen you guys for a while. One of those weirdos. Call Emma. Call Emma. So this is get that doctor out of our lives. Do it again. Oh yeah, I guess fuck I should do oh COD. Isn't that like the most obvious one? Oh COD. See if something actually shows up for COD. Oh COD.
Well, I've been sleep that good all night because I've been thinking about it, and Allie told me that I should talk to him, and decided to do it right then when I knew he was home. If anybody else to call.
Call somebody who's not going to pick up, because I'll tell you this. I am not going to pick up my phone after those hours. What would happen would be I'm looking for a text message that says mom's dead. That is an excuse that I accept. Something like that. If you message me something like that, then yeah, I'll call you right back as soon as I get that message. You going and you telling people about what happened with Richard, call me in the morning like that. Because
Wait, so I should do a variation of you're on the verge. So I'd be like, you're losing me, you're on the, or I should, yeah, just do you're on the verge.
you have abused me.
That's what's fucking me up at every angle.
Lorne, out there, I know people out there, thousands of people out there who are.
I never got infected. Keep accepting it. Other woman here.
Lorne, I am not.
I'm sorry, it's hard to fucking deal with shit.
Lorne, I mean, I just don't know why. Like, okay, it makes it harder to deal with, but you make it harder on yourself, and I'm going to tell you why. Because had you...
Hello, fuck up upstairs. Hello, real man. How are you guys doing? Hello, Bianca. If you want to keep me, yeah. I haven't seen any of yours, honestly. This is... I can even show you my screen, the chat.
But, I mean, I don't know, like, how many different ways I can say do not message me outside of those hours. It's never going to benefit you.
Like, some of these memes are, like, they're really, like, weird and obscure, but you guys can, like, screenshot them and, like, whatever.
Where I said, you know, that you could access, but there's no way that there's no way.
Sorry, I was just playing that. My bad. I'm gonna just waste like a bunch of time for that. Sorry.
But I'll be working on my truck and all that stuff. It's gonna be a white truck. Yeah, I know. It's a bummer.
Okay. What were you saying?
Can you hear me better?
Yeah. No, but okay.
Okay.
So what were you saying?
I freaked out all about the doctor because he's right there. I don't have anybody right here.
No. Don't talk about the doctor. Don't talk about the doctor. Talk about the girl Michelle. What happened?
What happened? She kept making all kinds of comments. Huh?
You basically tried to set up sex with her, and what? She didn't show up.
No, she did. She showed up. She said I didn't show up, and I didn't.
So, but you had a sexually charged discussion with someone else on the internet?
No, I didn't have a sexual. It wasn't much. It wasn't really a sexual discussion. She just continuously said shit. And
what did I ask you on Monday?
Tired for talking sexually. Huh?
What did I ask you on Monday?
I don't remember.
Hey, that's a really good one. I'm keeping that one.
I don't remember to her.
And I said no.
So I guess you've broken.
Because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to answer that question yet. Because I wanted to tell you about it.
So I'm supposed to believe that if I had never.
I weren't ready to answer. That means I lied.
Said anything.
I lied, and you caught me now. So now I'm backpedaling.
You would have just randomly one day told me.
Yep.
And I'm really supposed to believe that?
Hello, Scott. Welcome. Today we are making art out of Lorne quotes. So if you have any quotes, I typed them in the generator, and we see what happens.
And I think the only reason you're telling me now is because there might be something out there about it. I don't know, but I mean, I think there must be something out there about it, which is why you're telling me now.
Yeah. All right, let me tell you something.
What?
I'm gonna read an email to you.
What?
I'm going to read an email to you.
Okay. But, I mean, aside from this email that you're about to read, I think that there must be something out there regarding you and Michelle Simpson, or should I say Michelle Simpson Armstrong, that...
Hey, Noble, have you heard the new Blue Boy stuff? Lorne somehow manages to be even more infuriating. No, I haven't, so is it a good watch? Do you want to send me a link? C&J? I'll make you mod and you can post a link and then we can watch it. Do you want to do that?
You assume that I will find, and so that's why you're kind of telling me the light version of this.
No, just...
Hey Jerry, how's it going? Welcome back.
She tried to put a conversation with that I had with her.
More put downs. Yeah, okay, maybe I'll go check out his Do I have a call playing? I don't. Okay, yeah, I'll go check out that Blue Boy stuff.
Why do you not understand?
I don't understand why you keep cutting out. That's thing one that I don't understand. Thing two.
I can't do anything about me cutting out. I'm not in the biggest area in the world, but like I was before.
Thing two, you know, Lauren. I mean, like I said, is whatever you decide to do.
Yeah, I haven't seen these actually. I don't know. These haven't showed up in my subs, so that's weird. I'll probably watch these off stream though, just because there's a couple of them. So I'd probably watch these off stream. But thank you for letting me know about them.
No, it's whatever we decide to do.
Lauren, I already told you. Do it. You are broke right now. You have no money.
I know. Listen to me. Money is not the biggest thing in the fucking world.
Or wait, are you saying I should do the DD87 one? Is that a good one? I'll do that one maybe.
Mr. Armstrong was referred for an updated psychological evaluation to gather more information about his interpersonal functioning and understand his relationship patterns better. The reader is referred to his 2017 evaluation for background information. Mr. Armstrong was told that anything he said could be included in this report and he should not consider it confidential. He was instructed the report.
Actually, I can't put anything in the generator like no sexual bullshit because it creates sexual bullshit and my account will get flagged and yeah.
Would be sent to the United States Probation Office. Mr. Armstrong was informed this meant he did not have to answer my questions, could stop at any time, or could consult with his lawyer before answering my questions. Beyond this, he was informed about the limits of confidentiality related to my being a mandated reporter. Mr. Armstrong said he understood this and wished to continue. Mr. Armstrong said he had been in sex offender treatment for the past 9 years. He noted he, quote, shouldn't be there, because he completed the book 5 years ago. He said he was still in treatment, quote, because of the internet. He explained that he was manipulated and tricked by women on the internet and then it was posted. He went on that he would talk with women online and they would upset him by cheating on him. Mr. Armstrong added that he would, quote, get drunk and call them sluts. He would think to himself, quote, why would you make me fall in love with you and treat me like this? Why? Mr. Armstrong reported he had, quote, learned a lot in sex offender treatment. He learned he was, quote, a good person who messed up. In the future he, quote, just needs to say no. He thinks he needs to, quote, not believe the first story people tell him. He explained that he did not know why he had offended because he, quote, decided to go at the last minute. He explained that his therapist wants him to have in-person relationships rather than ones online. He indicated this was hard because his sex offense history was well documented on the internet. Mr. Armstrong blames his lack of in-person relationships on his relationship with Paula. He noted that they spent a lot of time together after she broke up with her boyfriend. For about 6 months they socialized. They did not discuss a romantic relationship, nor did they have sexual contact. Mr. Armstrong believed they were going to date because she was, quote, giving him signs. His, quote, heart was broken when she began dating someone else. Since then he has had 2 girlfriends. One relationship lasted 3 weeks and the other 1 week. He texts and talks to several women who are in other states. He reports he is waiting for them to come visit him and demonstrate their affection for him by following through with what they say they will do. Mr. Armstrong reports he has, quote, forgiven his family members for abusing him. He noted that he, quote, lost trust because of the abuse and believes his family members should have noticed the abuse. However, now it is, quote, behind him. Mr. Armstrong also said he grew up in a small town and that is why he is so trusting of women who record and then post the recordings on the internet. On April 19, 2019, Mr. Armstrong failed a question about whether he had used alcohol in the past year. During the post-polygraph test, Mr. Armstrong acknowledged drinking beer with his friend Tony and Tony's wife. On July 19, 2019, Mr. Armstrong informed the polygrapher that in addition to drinking beer at Tony's, he had also drunk alcohol at Alton's, a friend, and at home. He said he was, quote, getting drunk about once per week, on the weekends, over the past 16 months up until 2 weeks ago. He acknowledged drinking alcohol after the April 19 failed polygraph. Mr. Armstrong failed the polygraph questions about his drinking. He explained that he, quote, may have minimized his drinking with Tony. On June 9, 2020, Mr. Armstrong failed a polygraph about accessing the internet. He said that he had his aunt access the internet for him during job searches. He denied accessing the internet by any other means. On July 13, 2020, Mr. Armstrong acknowledged he had accessed his mother's computer to look at YouTube to, quote, find out what people were saying about him. He passed the polygraph questions about other computer use. On February 17, 2021, Mr. Armstrong failed a polygraph test about accessing the internet, searching for media involving minors for sexual stimulation, and using fantasies involving minors for sexual stimulation in the past 7 months. During the post-test interview, Mr. Armstrong acknowledged fantasizing about 10 to 14-year-old girls during masturbation.
What?
In 10 to 14-year-old Arms 7 months. During the post-test interview, Mr. Armstrong acknowledged fantasizing about 10 to 14-year-old girls during masturbation.
Alright, yeah, February last year, 2021. That's fucked up, eh? There it is. Fuck, all the denials and all the fucking phone calls and everything, and there it is. Yep. You said it, CNJ Dev. Was that the part that you were waiting for me to get mad at?
In May 2021, Mr. Armstrong failed a polygraph test about looking at images of minors for sexual stimulation and looking at the bare sexual organs of a person under the age of 18. Mr. Armstrong identified 5 people he had dated in high school and said he fantasized about them. He acknowledged having sexual fantasies about a 9-year-old girl who is on TV and sings the national anthem wearing a short dress. He acknowledged watching Little House on the Prairie and masturbating to Mary. He did not indicate what age she was at the time. On January 4, 2022,
That's hilarious, because how many times would Emma make fun of him for that and he would deny it?
Mr. Armstrong passed a polygraph test on accessing the internet, looking at pornography, and drinking alcohol. A noted titled post-conviction, Ph.C. treat entered 2100 hours by Mr. Oswald, noted that Mr. Armstrong had made 38 calls between 2:30 p.m. and 9 p.m. They found Mr. Armstrong had sent multiple text messages. At least one of these text messages was accusatory in nature, stating something to the effect of, "I know you have the ringer off so whoever you are with doesn't hear it." Many of the text messages contained profanity. Mr. Armstrong explained the texts and phone calls were to Nikki. They had previously, quote, been involved, and she had filed a harassment complaint against him. Mr. Armstrong explained they were dating, they had not yet kissed or been sexual, and Mr. Armstrong did not provide a definitive answer if she knew they were dating. An objective inventory of adult personality, the PAI, assesses psychopathological syndromes and provides information relevant for clinical diagnosis, treatment planning, and screening for psychopathology. Mr. Armstrong answered all the questions in a consistent manner. He responded in a reasonably forthright manner and did not attempt to present an unrealistic or inaccurate impression that was either more negative or more positive than the clinical picture would warrant. Mr. Armstrong's self-description indicates significant suspiciousness and hostility in his relations with others. He is likely to be a hypervigilant individual who often questions and mistrusts the motives of those around him. He is extremely sensitive in his interactions with others and is quick to feel that he is being treated unequally, and he tends to hold grudges against others, even if the perceived affront is unintentional. Consistent with the constellation of hypervigilance and suspiciousness, he is probably seen as quite hostile. Working relationships with others are likely to be strained, despite any efforts by others to demonstrate support and assistance. Certain elements of his self-descriptions.
So all of your suggestions in the chat for the quotes, I am doing them behind the video, and some of them just aren't, the images just don't really generate something, so... But I am doing them still, and the ones that do have something cool, I'm showing them. And this one is pretty cool. Face-to-face. That's face-to-face.
Suggest that others are likely to see him as being withdrawn, aloof, and somewhat unconventional. As part of his more general problems in close relationships, he may have difficulty trusting a treatment professional. Mr. Armstrong indicates he occasionally
That's actually really badass, and that's like a completely original photo too, face to face. You guys can screenshot all this shit too, right?
experiences, or may experience to a mild degree, maladaptive
Hello, medium
behavior
syllables.
patterns aimed at controlling anxiety.
Hello, April.
His
Hey,
traumatic
Lauren.
past continues to distress him and produce recurrent episodes of anxiety. According to his self-report, Mr. Armstrong describes no significant problems in the following areas: antisocial behavior, problems with empathy, unhappiness, and depression, unusually elevated mood or heightened activity, marked anxiety, difficulties with health or physical functioning. He reported no significant problems with alcohol or drug abuse or dependence. The self-concept of Mr. Armstrong appears to involve a generally positive self-evaluation. He is generally a confident, resilient, and optimistic person, although his self-esteem may inwardly be troubled by more self-doubt and misgivings about his adequacy than is readily apparent to others. Reactive changes in self-esteem may be accompanied by uncertainty about goals, values, and important life decisions. Mr. Armstrong's interpersonal style seems best characterized as one of autonomy and balance, with both interpersonal scales falling in the average range. His assertiveness, friendliness, and concern for others is typical of normal adults. The Saucy 4 is a psychological questionnaire designed to screen individuals for substance use disorders. This instrument is used by many diverse types of organizations, including substance use treatment centers, criminal justice programs, behavioral health organizations, social service programs, and private practitioners. The overall accuracy of the Saucy 4 in distinguishing respondents with mild, moderate, or severe substance use disorders from those diagnosed as not having a substance use disorder is 92%. Using the decision-making rules, Mr. Armstrong has a high probability of having a substance use disorder. The look assessment is a visual time reaction measure of sexual interest. It uses an individual as their own baseline and helps identify which genders and age groups of people the person is most sexually attracted to. The groups assessed include senior females and males, plus 70, mature adult males and females, 40s 50s, adult males and females, 20s 30s, juvenile females and males, 12 to 17, post-puberty, pre-juvenile males and females, 6 to 11, pre-puberty, small child females and males, 2 to 5, and infant females.
Okay, like I need to put a fucking disclaimer or something on this. Holy shit.
Males and males. Mr. Armstrong rated himself as most attracted to adult, 20s 30s, females and then mature, 40s 50s, females. The objective measures of sexual attraction suggest he is most attracted to mature females and to adult and senior females. His sexual interest should be considered normal. Mr. Armstrong was referred for this evaluation to get an understanding of his relationships and why he continues to be taken advantage of. Mr. Armstrong reports he does not have a history of ever having had a long-term, intimate relationship with an adult. He believes much of this is related to his friend choosing to date someone else. It seems more probable that it is related to difficulty with relationships in general. One of the factors that complicates understanding the underlying dynamics of Mr. Armstrong's relationships is that he is not a reliable reporter, so it becomes difficult to know whether he believes what he is saying is true when it's not, or whether he is aware he is providing inaccurate information. Mr. Armstrong's failed polygraphs suggest he has a pattern of withholding relevant information
No,
when
it's never
asked
going to be
about
him.
it. Mr. Armstrong described himself as being taken advantage of by women on the internet who post their conversations with him. He said he was, quote, too trusting, and that's why they took advantage of him. When confronted with accusations that he would get drunk and yell at the women, he again portrayed himself as the victim, noting that they had, quote, made him fall in love with them, and then cheated on him. His calling them, quote, sluts, and yelling at them suggests a much more combative, if not abusive, relationship than he suggests. It is unknown whether the other women believe they are in
when I watched
romantic
TCAP on TV,
relationships
Lorne was actually
with
one of the ones
Mr.
I remembered.
Armstrong where sexual fidelity would be expected.
I remembered Lorne, I remembered Westerbeck, I remembered everyone from the fucking, the Sting Lorne was at. I'm trying to blank. But yeah. Anyways.
It may be more helpful to conceptualize the relationships as mutually abusive, rather than as him being taken advantage of by people who have manipulated him. In treatment, this would include looking at the ways he was abusive
Oh, and if you guys
control.
want any, I can do profile pictures too on this thing. Like I'll do C and J Dev right now.
It will be important for him to shift his mindset from one where he is the victim, to one of him making choices that likely hurt others. It will also be helpful for him to think about the needs he is meeting through having these relationships. Throughout the interview, Mr. Armstrong spoke about his sex offender treatment as if he were still engaged in it. He said he was still in treatment because his provider wanted him to have a relationship. This contrasts with information provided at the referral, when it was reported he had been discharged from the program for saying he wanted to hurt sex offenders. Beyond this, it does not appear Mr. Armstrong has gained knowledge from the sex offense-specific treatment process. He was unable to identify
Yo, Pee-wee, there's a nice profile picture, eh?
What he had learned or what sort of changes he had made. While it would be understandable if he could not articulate all the tools and interventions he has been exposed to, he was unable to identify any. This is particularly concerning given his admissions of using thoughts of young adolescents and pre-adolescents for sexual satisfaction during masturbation as recently as last year. Particularly given the nature of his offense, this is very concerning. The look assessment suggests Mr. Armstrong is not primarily attracted to prepubescent children. This suggests that his use of adolescent girls for masturbatory fantasies is more about his ideas of the relationship, rather than the aspects of the body. It would be helpful to explore why he chose those people to think about while masturbating and what he found arousing about them. That may open the discussion to his ideas about relationships. It may be possible to use his relationship pattern with those in group, with his probation officer, and with treatment providers to begin to explore his problems with relationships. Instances of disingenuousness, deception, or attempts to keep emotional distance can be explored and understood. Developing an understanding of why he chooses women who are unavailable will be important. He states that his presence on the internet keeps him from being able to find romantic partners. This idea should be challenged, especially if there are others whose sex offenses were publicized and who have been able to meet dating partners. He should be encouraged to look beyond his victim stance and explore how that allows him to not take responsibility. For this to be a successful strategy, he will need to have a positive relationship with his providers and believe they are trying to help him, rather than simply tell him what to do. A strong therapeutic alliance will be critical. This may be difficult given Mr. Armstrong's difficulty trusting treatment providers. Mr. Armstrong has reported a family history full of sexual abuse. The extent to which these generational patterns may have impacted Mr. Armstrong's interpersonal functioning is unknown. There are several ways the family history of abuse may be impacting Mr. Armstrong. First, the family system may not have taught Mr. Armstrong the skills necessary for a loving, interdependent relationship. It may have taught him that relationships are best managed by maintaining a facade, and that people are not to be trusted. This is consistent with the results of the PAI. It may also be that the history of abuse has taught him antisocial values and patterns. That is, the abuse may have taught him that saying things that are untrue and being verbally aggressive are the best way to navigate relationships. Mr. Armstrong reports he does not drink alcohol. He did not add that he had recently stopped. The saucy suggests there is a high probability of him having a substance use disorder. If he has recently stopped drinking, this may account for the scores. However, if he has not stopped drinking, he is unlikely to connect the problems he experiences with his alcohol use. Mr. Armstrong should not drink alcohol, and he would benefit from changing the patterns that support his drinking. He readily acknowledged getting drunk and yelling at people with whom he considered himself to be in a romantic relationship. There may be other times when his drinking has caused him problems in relationships. This would be worth exploring with him.
All right. So what we're gonna do now is I have some quotes that I want to go.
Hello. You want me to grow my hair back
So in
down
what
there?
way are you attracted to little girls that you aren't in little boys?
Just cute.
And I'm not gonna do this in my other screen
But
because
what about you said
that's not that.
that little girls, you're attracted to them, but in a different way, that you aren't to boys?
Because boys are boys, and I'm not attracted to boys.
Wait, what's this?
Girls they just have a different way about girls. Girls have a different way about them than boys do.
But you get what you just said right there?
What national anthem video? Oh, I have. Okay.
You're not sexually attracted to little boys, and that's how you're different to little girls. That's what you just said.
I'm not sexually attracted to little girls anymore.
But you just said you're like,
it's
I can find
face, Casey. It's their face.
You just said, I think little boys can be cute. Yes. Am I attracted to little boys? No. Am I attracted to little girls? Not in the way that you think. And I just asked you, well, what's the difference? And you said, because I'm not attracted to boys.
So? I'm not attracted to boys. I'm not attracted to boys sexually, period. That's why you threw me off when you asked me if I think little boys are cute. You asked me the other night. How do I answer that question? You know,
dude,
all kids are cute.
Insane.
All kids are cute.
Yeah, but you think girls are cuter than little boys because you're not attracted to little boys.
I just think they're cute. I'm not attracted to girls are cuter than boys. Male and adult or kids.
Why are little girls cuter than little boys?
Well, because I'm a guy and I think females are beautiful anyway.
I can't do stuff with saying babies or anything sexual or yeah, just it creates some weird images and I'm not showing them.
So
Exactly.
It doesn't matter, it's adult or kids.
That's right.
So hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
What happened?
Is this a new codfish?
With what?
You didn't send me anything.
Yeah, I wanted to just call you first.
Oh. Okay, so what's up?
Well, I was just reading through some of that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, well, first thing I want to mention is how come you lied to me about having sex with Paula?
How come I lied to you about having sex with Paula?
Yeah.
I didn't lie to you about having sex with Paula.
Well, you told me you did.
Yeah, I did.
On that paper, you tell them that you never had any sexual contact with her.
Yeah, that's really good
No.
voice changer if that's
that was
done.
before. I didn't tell them the whole details of the whole thing. I told them
all right, so
around about what happened.
There's a Church of COD, so each time I press the button, it's going to create a new one, so I don't know if anyone wanted to save that other one. There's another. I hope I should put codfish in it, just so there's a chance that there's a fish on it. That'd be great. This is going to show a bunch of churches.
They didn't get the version that you got because they just got the breakdown of it. They didn't ask me about having sex with Paula. They're the ones that said that I didn't have sex with her. I didn't tell them that. But everything that guy said, this is coming from the polygrapher, right?
Parker, how's it going?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything that he said on there, he twisted everything around that I said. That includes all the stories about, like, with Mary Ingalls. I told him that I had a crush on her when I was a kid. He twisted all that stuff around. So when I go to do the polygraph on August 4th, I got to bring this with me and lay it in front of him and show him that I know what he did. And it's no different than Sean.
That's a good one.
It's a good thing I'm out of Sean's class now, because I would do the same thing to Sean. I've already told Ashley about it. And I've told my counselor about it, that I'm going to put her right in front of the polygrapher. So he knows that I know that he twisted everything around that I said. And I'm going to tell him that I already told them that he twisted everything around. That's one of the reasons that I've been held back so much, because Sean and the polygrapher have been doing this shit for years.
Why didn't you mention this to me then?
Why didn't I mention about the stuff on there?
Yeah.
I was going to when we talked on the phone again. I even texted that to you. There's some stuff in there that I had to tell you some stuff about.
We'll see.
What do you need to tell me about?
That's the stuff I was going to tell you about.
About lying about having sex with Paula?
Yeah, thank you for telling me, because I didn't see it in my subs.
Around.
And yeah,
Sean
I had no
twisting
idea.
the stuff around.
Well, what's that underlying stuff?
That's the stuff that he twisted around. That was me that underlined that stuff.
Well, so when he said that you admitted to fantasizing about the 9-year-old girl, what did he twist around?
That right there, I told him and I told Sean that I was upset about. Okay, there's a 9-year-old girl that sings the national anthem, comes on the news every morning at 5 o'clock, or it comes on right before the news at 5 o'clock. And at the end of her singing the national anthem, they've got her walking in a field with a flag, and they have her wearing a really, really short skirt. And I told Sean and the polygrapher that I was upset about that because of the people that are out there that see that. I didn't think it was appropriate for her to be wearing such a short skirt like that. And they twisted it around. You see why I got to bring it into the polygrapher and set it in front of him?
Well, what about failing or it says you admitted to fantasizing about girls ages 10 to 14.
So, yeah, when I was a kid, I told the polygrapher that I thought back to when I was a kid about the girls that I had something to do with when I was a kid. Like, one of them that nobody knows about is Sherry. Sherry was a girl that I had hunched for a long time. She was my girlfriend. Actually, the first year that she moved to Cambridge, she was my brother's girlfriend. Then went to school in the following summer. It was me and her. And after that, apparently she didn't think she fit into my family for some reason. So she wound up going with other guys during the school year. But I still liked her. But we were good friends for a long time after that. And actually, I think I was like 30 the last time I saw her.
But
Yeah, that's true, April, but I think Lorne's too proud to actually admit that he's mentally disabled. So if they did the testing, he wouldn't accept it if it came back that he's stupid. He won't accept that.
It was like when I was that age. When I was that age, it's girls that I liked when I was that age. That's what they're saying. That's what they're twisting around. They literally twisted around everything I said.
it says the Paula thing was in the clinical interview. So you told that to the psych evaluator.
No, the psych evaluator, I told the psych evaluator that I did have sex with Paula.
Yeah, he'll never admit that he's dumb.
I told her everything that I told you about with Paula, I told her about. I even told Ashley about.
So
Remember, he's so smart, your head will spin.
you masturbated to the thought of kids from high school?
No. From girls that I went to high school with, those were the ones that I thought about. That I had.
Yeah, but you knew them in high school, right?
Yeah, they were my age.
Well, back then they were.
Yeah, back then they were. Now they're still my age. I just thought about them from back then.
Yeah, when they were you thought about the high school version of them.
Yeah, because that's all I remember that they look like.
Yeah, and they were kids back then, Lorne.
Yeah, but I wasn't thinking of it in that way.
How were you thinking of it?
Just because they were girls that I liked.
Yeah, but you were picturing 10 to 14-year-old kids. You don't see how that's kind of fucked up?
No, that was when I was in high school. The girls from high school.
I know that, but you were doing it recently, it says. You were thinking about high school girls when you were masturbating, according to the psych evaluations, the last 7 months.
According to the psych evaluation, the last 7 months.
Or, I mean, however long ago that you took this thing.
But there were girls that were my age that I was trying to think about.
I don't know how you're not understanding what I'm saying. Yeah, but you were picturing them as kids. it's the image of kids. That'd be like pulling out your yearbook and masturbating to a picture of a girl in there. Just because she's 50 years old now, you were jerking off to the 16-year-old picture of her.
I see I understand what you're saying, but at the time I wasn't thinking about it like that because I was the same age as them.
That's the problem.
What?
That you should be thinking about it like that.
Well, I don't think about it anymore because after when I think it was Sean that I said that I told Sean about that too, and he made me think about that in that sense too. And I was like, yeah, I didn't really think of it that way.
Well, I'm just confused. Why did you fail the polygraph?
I'm not sure why I failed the polygraph. I'm trying to remember. But that was how long ago was that? That was
2021, it says.
2021.
The recent one. Why do you fail all the polygraphs of being attracted to kids? They asked you in March and in February.
I don't know why I failed them. I was honest with him about everything.
Well, yeah.
He's making it up as he goes along. I think he slipped up and said something, and now he's just trying to, I don't know.
You were honest, and they wrote it down. You told them about the 9-year-old girl and stuff.
Yeah, I told him about that stuff, but I wasn't attracted to her. I wasn't masturbating to her. I wasn't masturbating to any of them.
Hello, face to face.
The high school girls,
hey,
that were my age when I was that age, but I didn't.
Face to face, are you in the chat? We made a really cool photo with your picture or your name, so I don't know if you want it.
Didn't think of it in that way, and Sean brought it to my attention about that. And then I understood it. But I never had any attraction to any. He twisted around everything that I told him. He twisted around.
I just don't get why you don't understand that children are off limits.
I understand that. I am not attracted. Casey, what are you doing?
I'm asking you why you were jerking off to images of high school girls you went to school with. I'm just confused why.
Because they were the same age as me, and that's what I was thinking about. I wasn't thinking about, them being kids at the time. I was just thinking about them when I was a kid.
Yeah, you were thinking about them from back when you were a kid, when they were also kids and you're 50 years old.
Right,
you weren't jerking off and thinking about them as 50-year-olds. You get what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. It didn't dawn on me that I was thinking about it like that.
Yeah, but you understand now that you were thinking of it like that.
Yeah, now I understand I was.
You understand now that at 50 years old you were jerking off to kids.
I understand that, and I don't do that anymore because I didn't think about it that way when I was doing it then.
I just don't get how you weren't thinking of that.
Casey, I know the kids are off limits. I don't jerk off to kids.
Well, what about the masturbating to the girl on Little House on the Prairie?
That's because
That's
I saw her in another show, and
I don't do that anymore.
I saw her in another show, and I remember about her when she was in Little House on the Prairie, and I used to have a crush on her. And I still had a crush on her when I saw her in this other show when she was an adult.
Oh, my God.
I told him about that. But, of course, he doesn't put that in there. This is why I got to bring that into him.
Well, why does it say...
Hey, Chris Evans.
That's not what was said,
Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, that's what was said. What he wrote and what was said are two completely different things. That's why I have to bring it into him to point it out to him. and ask him why he's writing down different things that I actually say. Because if you look at the psych doctor's evaluation, the professional, you look at what she says, she's the one that gives me the test.
Well, which page is her page?
I could go up and look at it.
Well, she's talking about your self-report. Where's her words? Because all this starts with Mr. Armstrong's self-description. Mr. Armstrong indicates he, according to his self-report, the self-concept. Where are her words? That's not on page 3.
Hold on. Okay, look at the last sentence of every one of them.
Well, no, I should be looking at where it says conclusions and recommendations, right?
The last sentence of every one of them. Look at the last sentence on every one of them. Should be the last sentence on every one of them.
Hey, Robophobic.
Okay.
I will do a profile picture for you.
The second paragraph, Mr. Armstrong answered all the questions in a consistent manner. He responded in a reasonably forthright manner and did not attempt to present an unrealistic or inaccurate impression that was either more negative or more positive than the clinical picture would warrant. Okay. Now, let me see.
There you go.
Yeah,
Well, there
tell me
you
where I'm
go.
supposed to be looking. You said the last sentence?
It's either the last two sentences or the last sentence.
Well, can you just point me to one? Because I'm not seeing any.
Okay.
Because it says certain elements of his
Hi, Lorne Lynn.
self-description would suggest that's your
How's it going?
self-description.
Or Sean French. Sorry, I missed you there.
Right. Okay. Now, go to the second to the last sentence. Certain elements of his self-description suggest that others...
That's what I was
that
just
one's
reading.
badass, Robo.
Of your self-description.
Right. But the last two sentences or the last sentence is what she is saying.
As part of his more general problems in close relationships, he may have difficulty trusting a treatment professional.
What?
That's the last sentence.
Yeah, that and the sentence before that too. Certain elements of his self-description suggest that others are likely to see him as being withdrawn, aloof, and somewhat unconventional.
That's based off your self-description. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but she's the one that's giving me the test.
Yeah, that's a self-description. That's when you describe yourself.
Okay, so go down to conclusions and recommendations.
Yes, Mr. Armstrong was referred for this evaluation to get an understanding of his relationships and why he continues to be taken advantage of. Mr. Armstrong reports he does not have a history of ever having had a long-term, intimate relationship with an adult. He believes much of this is related to his friend choosing to date someone else. It seems more probable that it is related to difficulty with relationships in general. One of the factors that complicates understanding the underlying dynamics of Mr. Armstrong's relationships is that he is not a reliable reporter, so it becomes difficult to know whether he believes what he is saying is true when it's not, or whether he's aware he is providing inaccurate information. Mr. Armstrong's failed polygraphs suggest he has a pattern of withholding relevant information when asked about it.
Okay.
She's calling you a liar. She says you have a pattern of lying.
I know, to treatment providers, because I don't trust them.
Yeah.
And I haven't.
You lie to them.
I haven't since Gene. I haven't trusted. Which Sean was actually the one I didn't trust.
She's saying you lie to everyone.
No, no, I don't lie to everyone. It's like the polygrapher. I pointed it out to Ashley. That it's fucking bullshit because he twisted everything around that I said.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep going through what the polygrapher said, or the psych eval, the conclusion, okay?
Well, look back up here. Look at
well, no. We're going to go through the conclusion where she put her thoughts.
All right. Why you rate
Mr. Armstrong described himself as being taken advantage of by women on the internet who post their conversations with him. He said he was, quote, too trusting, and that's why they took advantage of him. When confronted with accusations that he would get drunk and yell at the woman, he again portrayed himself as the victim, noting that they had, quote, made him fall in love with them and then cheated on him. His calling them, quote, sluts and yelling at them suggests a more combative, if not abusive, relationship than he suggests. It is unknown whether the other women believe they are in a romantic relationship with Mr. Armstrong, where sexual fidelity would be expected. It may be more helpful to conceptualize the relationship as mutually abusive rather than him being taken advantage of by people who have manipulated him. In treatment, this would include looking at the ways he was abusive and controlling. It will be important for him to shift his mindset from one where he is the victim to one of him making choices that likely hurt others. It will also be helpful for him to think about the needs he's meeting through having these relationships. Throughout the interview, Mr. Armstrong spoke about his sex offender treatment as if he were still engaged in it. He said he was still in treatment because his provider wanted him to have a relationship. This contrasts with information provided at that referral. When it was reported he had been discharged from the program for saying he wanted to hurt sex offenders. Beyond this, it does not appear Mr. Armstrong has gained knowledge from the sex offender-specific treatment process. He was unable to identify what he had learned or what sort of changes he made. While it would be understandable if he could not articulate all the tools and interventions he has been exposed to, he was unable to identify any. This is particularly concerning given his admissions of using thoughts of young adolescents/pre-adolescents for sexual satisfaction during masturbation as recently as last year. Particularly given the nature of his offense, this is very concerning.
There are dragon words.
Where's it that you're reading that?
That is on page 5, the first two sections.
I can do Lorne, princess.
She put the word admission, meaning you admitted it. It's on page 5. There's only 6 pages.
I'm reading, but apparently I didn't read it all.
Every time I do it, it's showing kids. I'm not showing any kids on the screen.
And then look what Elise put at the very bottom of the last page. Victim stance or poor me are often found on lists of cognitive distortions that sex offenders use as ways of avoiding responsibility for their actions. He says you take a victim stance.
Don't feel so bad, Lauren. Everyone thinks I'm Lauren's little brother, so the name similarity
Me and
isn't
Julia
as bad.
getting to the bottom root of that problem. I'm fucking floored. Apparently, I didn't fucking read it all, apparently. This is fucked up. It's so fucked up. I'm not attracted to fucking kids. God damn.
Well, then why did you admit it to her?
I didn't admit to her that I was attracted to kids.
Read through it then.
Yeah, why'd you say it?
Because that was it says that's the conclusion. That was her evaluation, and that's what she determined, and that's her job. What you were reading before was your self-report. She took your self-report into consideration and came to the conclusion that you're not honest, and then went into all the other stuff. You only read certain parts. You didn't read the whole thing.
This is fucked up right here. He said he was still in treatment because his provider wanted him to have a relationship. That's what they've been telling me.
Not according to police or whoever was the psych evaluator. They say that you're in there because you were taken out of there because you were threatening to beat up the other people in class or something.
3 years ago.
Oh, I hate
3
when he
years
does
ago,
that.
I told Winnie.
3 years ago.
Either 3 or 4 years ago, I told Winnie they recorded me and put it on the internet. Then they wound up fucking putting it on the internet again, and John wound up hearing it, and that's what brought this whole thing on. That's
explain it.
That's why I am out of that class.
Where's the polygrapher's name on the report?
I don't know.
Because you keep saying that's the polygrapher, but this isn't the polygrapher. This is the psych evaluator.
Polygraph report, they're different people.
Yeah, so who wrote this report? Because you keep saying the polygrapher, but this is a thing from the psych evaluator.
I know. Well, she gets reports from probation. From what?
Yeah, this isn't the polygraph.
Yeah, the polygraph gets given to probation. Probation sends reports that they have to the psych eval.
Yeah, we're talking about the psych evaluator, where the psych evaluator is saying you told her you never had sex with Paula, and you told her that you had the fantasies about the kids. She's not going off of anything else. She's saying what you told her.
No, I didn't tell her that I did not have sex with Paula. I told her that I did.
But you did tell her that though. But she put it down.
And she put down the wrong thing because I told her that I did. I don't tell anybody that I didn't have sex with Paula or with somebody that I did have sex with. I don't have a reason to do that. And with Paula, it pisses me off when you told me that she denies having sex with me when she's the one that came over to my apartment and had her boyfriend bring her over.
Well, what reason does the psych evaluator have to lie about this stuff?
Wait a minute. I'm going to tell you something that I haven't told anybody else. I wound up in the hospital that same night because when Paula left.
The night that she had sex with you?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I took like 20 pills. Nobody knows this, except for my brother Paul.
Yes, April, that's very
Wait,
true.
you told Winnie you overdosed on Tylenol once.
Yeah,
Was that the same time?
It's good to recognize when you meet someone and they are trying to be nice to you for selfish reasons.
Like I said, I don't remember telling Winnie that. I don't remember telling anybody that.
Or like someone pretending to like all your interests. I don't know if that's off topic, but that's kind of like, yeah, they're pretending to like what you like, and it's only going to be temporary.
I thought Paul
Well,
was the only one that knew.
you do. I mean, what does that prove, though?
That's the reason I went to the hospital.
Because she wouldn't have sex with you?
No, because she had sex with me, then had her boyfriend come back and get her.
So you tried to kill yourself with Tylenol?
Yeah, I didn't know Tylenol couldn't do any more than that at the time.
Well, then how come you self-reported that you've never been depressed?
Because I wasn't depressed. I was in love and I was hurt. The rest of my life was fine.
So why wouldn't you tell the evaluator that?
Embarrassment.
Embarrassment?
Yep.
These are the people doing a psych eval on you, Lorne. You should be telling them everything.
Well, I never thought to tell her about that.
Well, she says that. She says in her conclusion that you withhold information, so she's not stupid.
It's not that I withhold information, it's that I don't think of everything at the time.
Lorne, okay, I'm just going to ask you this straight out. Are you a virgin? Lorne, okay, I'm just going to ask you this straight out. Are you a virgin?
No. Oh, shit. God, no.
Fama, I made you a profile picture if you want it.
What would
Actually,
ever
no,
make
yours
you
is
ask
better
me
than
that?
this.
Because none of your stories make sense, and you told this lady that you've only had 2 girlfriends for 3 weeks and you've never been intimate with someone. And then the whole Paula thing makes no sense.
Yeah, 100%. The nervous laugh, 100% is he's lying. And he's caught.
The way you described a vagina doesn't make any sense.
I've repeatedly told everybody that I've had a lot of one-night stands.
Yeah, but you also don't know anything about sex, too, with the way you talk about it.
That one's badass. I don't know if you want to screenshot that one.
Sex.
Huh?
The way you talk about sex and how you don't know anything about vaginas. It's not a big deal if you're a virgin. I would just like to know what I'm dealing with.
I'm not a virgin, Casey.
Okay. You said condoms make sex feel better? That doesn't make any sense.
He said that? Where did he say that?
Do you know what it feels like to be
There you go,
constantly
cool.
interrogated?
Well, I'm not interrogating you. I'm just asking you to tell me the truth.
I'm telling you the truth about everything. There's not one part of me that is telling you a lie.
Just if you don't lie, there would be no interrogating.
There's nothing about me at all that has been lying to you.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to give you a free pass. I promise I will never bring it up outside of this phone call. I never will. you did not have sex with Paula. Okay? You can admit it, and I promise you, I won't text about it. I won't mention it anytime we talk ever. I will never mention Paula ever again.
And you don't want me to lie to you?
Yeah, I don't want you to lie to me.
Okay. I had sex with Paula. Remember, you just said you don't want me to lie to you.
Well, I gave you a chance.
You give me a chance.
I gave you a chance to be honest.
It's not my fault that you don't believe me. You want me to describe it?
Yeah, describe it again how her vagina was so loose that it was like warm, wet air. That you never felt anything. That's impossible.
Okay. We were out in the living room. She went in on my bed and laid down. And after she went in there and lay down, I went in and lay down. I didn't make the first move. She made the first move. So all I did was lay down. As far as I knew, she had a boyfriend. She was just going to be over there, over my house, and just laying down and not an hour expecting anything to happen. And she's the one that leaned over and kissed me. She's the one that initiated the whole thing. So I just continued along, and we had sex. We started out with me on top of her, and then she flipped over, and I fucked her from behind. And she was the loosest person, the loosest woman that I've ever had.
Well, go into detail about the sex. I'm waiting for the detail.
Before I could come, she got off me, or she moved and pushed me out of the way, and then she got up off the bed, pulled her panties up, and wanted to call her boyfriend back to come get her.
Before you finished?
Yep. And he came back and got her.
Well, then how come the other day you told me after having sex you guys talked for hours afterwards?
I didn't tell you that.
You did. You said you had sex and you guys talked for hours before her boyfriend came.
We talked. I didn't say for hours. We talked before her boyfriend came. I didn't say for hours because she wasn't there for hours.
You said hours.
No, I didn't say hours. I said
well,
before her boyfriend came.
There you go, lying to me again. Do you feel like because you've rode this lie out for so long that you're in it too deep to admit the truth? Is that what the problem is?
No.
Because I told you I'm okay with it. I just want the truth.
I'm giving you the truth of everything that I remember. I don't remember talking to her for hours. I remember her wanting to call her boyfriend to have him come get her. And while she was waiting for her boyfriend, me and her talked about stuff. I don't remember exactly what it was we talked about, but we didn't just sit there looking at each other.
So then why did the psych evaluators say everything that you're claiming is not true?
I don't know why she said that, because I told her that I had sex with her. It's like the polygrapher. I don't know why the hell he's twisted everything around that I said either.
So now everybody's a liar. Everyone's just out to get you. Which, I mean, she puts that in her conclusion as well, that you're paranoid. And that beyond your victim stand,
there's some people that are not telling the truth. And it's not me.
It's you. You're the one who can't take responsibility.
Casey, I'm telling them the same thing that I tell you. They're not writing it down. They're writing down the opposite things of what I tell them.
Why would they do that?
That I have no idea. But I've told Ashley the same thing I told you. I've told my new counselor the same thing I told you. I haven't told them anything different. None of them.
They would lose their jobs, Lorne. They have no reason to lie.
Yeah, well, Maria had no reason to lie 9 different times in court under oath, and she did.
Yeah, but you can't name any, apparently.
I had them all written down. I probably still have it somewhere if I didn't wind up burning that box. That quote-unquote Jamie got me to burn.
Well, do you have at least one?
I've got one box.
No, one example of her lying.
Oh. I gotta think back to it.
Having sex with Paula, lying about everything that on this psych evaluation. You're saying none of it's true.
I'm not lying to you at all. I mean,
Based on the
literally at
paperwork,
all.
they are saying you are a liar, that you are a known liar.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, that you have a history of lying. You already have a history of lying with me.
They're going based off a polygrapher that has twisted every word that I've said around.
And your probation officer and your counselor says it in there.
How does he twist words? You answer yes
Not
or
my
no,
probation
right?
officer.
In a polygraph?
Because Ashley knows everything, and I haven't told Ashley anything different than what I've told these people.
There might be some game volume. I'm
So
going to
Ashley
turn it
knows
off.
that I haven't been lying.
There's no polygrapher on the report. They don't list a polygrapher. It's just the psych evaluator. It's just weird that you told me this paperwork was credible, and then once you read it, you're saying now it's all a lie. Because remember when you told me this paperwork's gonna get me off of probation? You said they were hitting everything on the head. They got it all perfect. And then when I point out to you what she put on there that you didn't read for some reason, now all of a sudden they all are lying. Everyone's a liar.
I can't believe you don't believe in me.
Why can't you believe that?
I'm not gonna lie and say that what they're saying is true. Because it's not. It's not what I told them. Ashley knows it, and Julie knows it. And the polygrapher's gonna know it on August 4th.
You keep mentioning this polygrapher. I'm talking about the psych evaluation that a psychiatrist gave. You said the psychiatrist nailed it. They got it all perfect.
Yeah, because
and then I read it when he's actually saying that you're a liar and everything you do is fucked up, and now you're saying that she's a liar.
I was reading the self-description part, thinking that was her saying that.
Yeah, and then you got to her actual report.
Yeah. And that doesn't make me very fucking happy. It's fucking Christ.
This is that victim thing she mentions in her report. She nailed it. She got everything perfectly right.
Yeah, well, apparently I was wrong about her nailing stuff.
Well, only because it goes against what you believe yourself. It goes against your own personal self-assessment.
Yeah, but now I got to talk to Ashley about it, and I got to talk to Julie about it. So I was thinking, all the stuff that was self-description stuff, I was thinking that it was her saying that stuff.
Why didn't you read it all?
Because I read that self-description stuff, and I mean, it's stuff that she's writing. He is extremely sensitive. He is extremely sensitive in his interactions with others and quick to feel that. That's the way I was reading it, like she was describing it.
But now you understand that it's a self-assessment, self.
Yeah, now I do, because now I'm seeing the word self.
But why didn't you read it all?
Because
Were you just too lazy to read the whole thing?
I was just reading over it quickly until I got to the parts that I wanted to see what she was saying, and I thought I was reading what she was saying.
You just block out things you don't want to see?
Not that I intentionally blocked it out.
Well, if this is how you wanted to prove to me that you're cured, you failed totally.
Okay, well...
If anything, I'm more concerned now.
This is what her saying this right here. Mr. Armstrong rated himself as most attracted to adults, 20 to 30s.
Rated himself? You just said it again.
Yeah, I know. I just read it. At the end, this is her saying this, not me. His sexual interest should be considered normal.
Based off what you said.
So what am I supposed to do? Tell her that I'm attracted to kids when I'm not?
She's basing it off your self-assessment.
Yeah, my self-assessment. I'm not attracted to kids. I'm not lying about that, and nobody can convince me that I am. It's fucking great. Now I can talk fucking to Ashley and Julie about this shit.
Why did it say on there that you fantasized about a 9-year-old girl, and why does it say you jerked off to teenage girls?
I didn't fantasize about a 9-year-old girl. The 9-year-old girl that is being talked about is the same one that I just told you about. That sings.
Why do you bring it up?
Hey, hardcore.
It's a very random thing to bring up.
Because it bothered me, the skirt that she was wearing with the predators that are out there. That they would have.
Yeah, but why did you just mention that randomly?
Because, yes, it was something that was bothering me. I said, yeah.
That's been bothering you?
I said, it bothers me every morning when I watch the news, right before the news comes on, that little girl watching, singing the national anthem comes on, and she's singing that song, and at the end of it, they've got her wearing a little skirt, carrying a flag, walking through a field. I told them I didn't like that, and I didn't think it was appropriate.
So why are you commenting on the child's skirt? I don't get it.
Huh?
I just don't get why you're commenting on a little girl's skirt. Like, why was that on your mind? Because I see little girls in skirts all the time. I never think about it.
Because there's a lot of predators out there that will look at that. And it makes her a victim. Casey, I can't tell you that I'm attracted to kids when I'm not. I can't help that what you read on, what you're reading on there that I didn't catch before. I can't help that you want to believe that all of what they're saying. If I would have caught it before, I would have addressed it before with Ashley.
And you wouldn't have sent it.
No, I would have sent it because I promised you that I would have. There's nothing that I'm going to lie to you about. You can't automatically think that I'm going to lie to you about something because I'm not, because I didn't even lie to them. And that's what pisses me off. I can tell them, I've talked to Ashley about this stuff before and told her, I said, it's like it doesn't matter what I say, they're telling me that I'm lying when I haven't lied to them for a long time. I even told her that there's some things that I don't remember that, they assume that I leave it out on purpose, that I don't leave it on purpose, I just don't remember it at the time. Sometimes it might be intentionally blocking it out, or sometimes it's unintentional blocking out, but I just don't remember everything in detail.
They say you're an unreliable narrator.
Unreliable about remembering things to a T. But that doesn't mean that I lie. I haven't lied to them for a long time. Did I lie to them before? Yeah, I did, because I didn't trust Maria. I didn't like Maria. I think Maria was part of all that online shit.
She says she can't tell if you believe your own lies. She knows you're lying, and she can't tell if you actually believe them or not. Why is everybody a liar besides you?
Because it's my life that I'm talking about. They're not going to tell me what happened. They're not going to tell me what happened in my life. It's my life. It's not theirs. I'm the one that lived it, not them. They don't have any right to tell me I'm lying about my own life. I know what happened in my life.
They do, and you're lying about it. You said you can't remember any of it.
I remember things that happened in my life. But because they want to choose to tell me that I'm lying about what happened in my own life, that's not my problem. That's their problem.
Well, it is your problem.
Yeah, it's my problem because they're making it a problem for me. I know what happened in my own life. It's like her saying that I didn't have sex with Paula. Bullshit, I didn't even tell her that. I told her that I did have sex with Paula. The way it happened was just exactly the way that I told you. I'm not going to lie to you about anything, Casey. We've taken a huge step forward. I am not going to lie to you about anything. I don't lie to Ashley about anything. I don't lie to Julie about anything. I didn't lie to the polygrapher or the Psych Valley doc about anything. The polygrapher I'm royally pissed at because my word's been twisted all around. The psych doctor, that's a shock to me now that I got to talk to Ashley about.
Mr. Armstrong blames his lack of in-person relationships on his relationship with Paula. He noted that they spent time together after she broke up with her boyfriend. For about 6 months, they socialized. They did not discuss a romantic relationship, nor did they have sexual contact.
See, I told her that we did have sex. We did not talk about a romantic relationship.
Mr. Armstrong believed that they were going to date because she was, quote, giving him signs. His, quote, heart was broken when she began dating someone else. Since then, he's had 2 girlfriends. One relationship lasted 3 weeks and the other 1 week. He texts and talks to several women who are in other states. He is waiting for them to come visit him and demonstrate their affection for him by following through with what they say they will do.
The 3-week one, I told her it was 2 or 3 weeks. She left out.
Well, it's weird that she got everything right that you said. All that's correct, minus the one part that you said that you had sex with Paula. But she heard everything else correctly because you repeated all that to me before too. But that one detail she just somehow missed.
Yeah, well, she left out that one detail that I had sex with Paula.
Yeah, that's mighty weird.
She also left out that I said 2 or 3 weeks. I didn't say 3 weeks. I said 2 or 3 weeks. I couldn't remember how long it was. It was more than 10 years ago.
Well, now you're getting technical. She put 3 weeks and you said 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. I couldn't remember how long it was. I knew it wasn't that long. Casey, I'm not going to lie to you about anything. As far as having sex with Paula, I had sex with Paula. You want to believe me with that, you can, or you don't have to. But you didn't want me to lie to you. I even described how it happened. I even talked to Paul and Laura after.
Why do you sound more upset about not having sex with Paula than the pedophile stuff?
I'm upset about all of that.
Yeah, but you're like hyper-focused on the part where she said you didn't have sex with Paula.
Because you were
what
focused
about the rest of it?
Because you was focused on that. The rest of it, I'm not attracted to kids.
Yeah, you are.
How else can I say that? I haven't given them any reason to believe it. I've given them every reason to not believe it. Yet my words are still getting fucking twisted around in the polygraph, or by the polygrapher.
Why do you think women have multiple clits?
Polygraph? Did he say
I was guessing.
polygraph?
It's not like when I've been down there eating a woman's pussy that I'm counting her clips. It's not really what I'm counting, what I'm there for. Why do women get technical on that stuff?
What do you mean count them? What do you mean you're not? That's exactly what you're down there for.
To count them?
No.
As far as I knew, on the
Where do you? That's where the sexual pleasure comes from. Is the clit, Lorne.
Yeah, but as far as I knew, they had one. So am I right? Do they have one or do they have two? You're a woman, you can tell me. I've never been in bed with a woman and discussed it. I've never been through sexual education that went in detail in high school because that's not what they were trying to teach us. It wasn't
If you've had as many one-night stands as you claim, you would know how many there are.
Why? I had sex with them.
Because you said you love to eat pussy. You said that.
Yeah. I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't mean that I know how many clits they have.
You definitely should. You must not be very good at pleasing a woman if you don't know.
We never discussed it. I've never
Lorne,
discussed it with anyone.
how many did you feel with your tongue?
I don't know. My tongue was all over the place.
Like a dog drinking from a bowl of water? What do you mean?
No.
How was your tongue all over the place?
Because it was all over the place. It was all over the place, and it was all in the place.
What are you? Oh my God. Where? Where was it?
It was in the pussy, and it was on the clit, and on the outer clit, and it was on G spots, and I had to lick all around them.
Where are the G spots?
Huh?
Where are the G spots, Lorne?
On the inside.
Where?
Usually to the left. I think it's usually to the left.
The left of what?
On the inside, to the left of the pussy. Just stick your tongue in. It's on the left. At least that's where it was with Kathy.
Who told you that?
Huh?
Who told you that?
Well, that's where it was with Kathy.
To the left of the pussy.
To the left. On the inside, to the left. I put my tongue on the inside, to the left. I stuck my tongue on the inside of her pussy, and I wiggled my tongue around to the left, and I hit her G-spot.
How do you know?
Well, because she let it be known. And she told me.
How long do you have a 9-inch long tongue?
Huh?
Do you have a 9-inch long tongue?
Did I have a 9-inch long tongue? No. I didn't take a 9-inch long tongue.
She said, "Oh, that's one of my G spots."
She let me know that I hit her G-spot, and then she told me after, "Yeah, you hit my G-spot."
You would never hit the G spot with your tongue. What does a vagina taste like?
Tastes like a vagina.
What does it taste like?
Why would you interrogate me like this?
Well, you should know I'm not done interrogation unless you're going to lie to me.
Well, it's been a long time since I tasted one.
Yeah, but you would know.
But it still tastes like a vagina. How do you want me to explain it? It's got just a little tang to it.
A little tang to it.
See, it doesn't matter what I say. You're going to try to make fun of it.
What does that mean?
It's just like, how do I describe it? It's like raw skin. I guess that's the best way I can describe it, as raw skin.
Raw skin as opposed to cooked skin?
It's got a little tang to it. You know that drink Tang? Have you ever heard of that drink? I don't even know if
Yeah, I have.
All right, a little bit like that.
It tastes like oranges?
No, not quite like oranges, but kind of the same tangy taste. Kind of, but not quite like oranges.
But kind of like oranges.
It's just got a little tang. Why in the hell do women ask me this stuff now? Christ, in
Well,
person,
it's weird that you're getting very defensive because you don't know anything about the female body.
In person, women never ask me this stuff in person.
Well, because there's no women in person.
When there was, then they never asked me these questions.
Well, then tell me more about the outer clit.
Hello, Tiffany. Welcome to the stream.
It's just floppy and it's nice to suck on and to play with.
You say floppy?
Floppy, not sloppy, floppy.
Why is it floppy?
Because it's the pussy lip. Actually, it's not a clit, I guess. I don't know if they consider it a clit or a lip. Holy Christ, I feel so fucking interrogated.
But why is your pussy lip flopping?
Casey, why are you asking me these questions?
Because now we've gone down a rabbit hole. The lip and the clit are very different.
Women have never asked me these questions in person. Why is it that women are asking me these questions over the phone?
I don't know who else is asking you besides me.
Well, quote unquote Jamie asked me.
Okay, well, I'm not Will. I don't know what they did to you. I'm just saying what I'm saying.
Well, you do know what they did to me. It's all over the internet.
Lord, I would have to be able to sit down for like a full 2 to 3 months to listen to everything they recorded about you and with you.
With all the one-night stands that I've had, I've never had a woman sit down and discuss her bodily parts with me.
Is it because these women don't exist?
It's completely up to you.
I mean, you said you love eating pussy, but you don't know where or what the clits are.
So I don't know the names of them, of the parts. I didn't know that I was there to be able to list off the parts of a woman's body.
Well, you should know where they are.
Okay, well, you can teach me. You'll be the first one to teach me. Okay, well, you can teach me. You'll be the first one to teach me.
You just licking the vulva.
Oh, I hate that fucking you can teach me bullshit. Anyways, I have to go. So, thank you all for being here. And I am not busy this weekend, so I'm probably going to be streaming tomorrow during the day as well and doing some more Lorne art. So if you're interested in seeing some more of that, then I'll see you tomorrow.